Hello, my beautiful people, wherever you are watching from. Welcome to Freedom Global TV. My name is Clifson, and the streets calls me Freedom. As you have read from the title and the thumbnail, why relationships die premature death. Why relationships die premature death? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. Do you have an answer to this question? Why relationships stagger? Why relationships stumble? Why all this happens? So tonight, I'm just going to be brief and straight to the point. So there are 10 aspects that kills a relationship. 10 aspects. But I just want to give you the brief points, the main 2 aspects that kills a relationship very fast than you have ever. It comes very fast than even when you are able to expect it. You cannot be able to expect when it is coming. Sorry. Well, the longer 2 people share their lives together, the more likely complex factors are involved in their breakup. According to research, having differences over maybe money is the main reason why marital dissolutions happens nowadays. I'm trying to sit at a comfortable place where you can be able to see me. Yeah. Are you seeing me from where you are? Okay. These are the main 10 reasons why a relationship dies. The first one is trust. Lack or loss of trust is one of the most dangerous things in a couple's long-term success. Without trust, a relationship misses 2 key factors, 2 key angles to a successful relationship or a successful bond. 1, security and safety. Without those 2 angles, the relationship stumbles, staggers, and almost dying. Trust issues may include factors such as maybe jealousy, possessiveness, unreasonable rigidity, emotional infidelity, physical or sexual infidelity, and sometimes lack of liability and dependability, and sometimes lack of emotional support and financial compatibility. This may kill a relationship very fast. Yeah. Number 2, different expectations. We were being told that if you enter into a relationship, have 0 expectations. Just welcome what is coming from the other person, and maybe the other person is also ready to welcome anything that happens into your life. That's when you will get to learn from each other. But if you come with more expectations than what may come from as a result of this relationship, you may end up giving up. Someone said, let me quote the quote. It was said by a man called Mark Twain. He once said, never allow someone, let me put it clear, never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be an option. Never ever be an option to someone. Even if you love that person, never. It is not easy for a couple to work exactly together for a long time. the elements that frequently draw people towards one another at the beginning of a relationship. For example, let's say physical attraction. She's so beautiful. He is so handsome. Sexual passion. How can I describe this? You can describe it by yourself. Common interests. Personality, maybe in connection, socio-economical backgrounds, often because less central as they how can I say it? There's a term I just want to get and use it so that you can be able to understand. But let me say, the demands of day to day in one's life may lead to conflict between yourself and the person you are in a relationship with. I mean, yeah, those expectations may kill a relationship because this person might have had many expectations or high expectations, only to come to realize that no, this is not what I wanted. As they begin to see their respectful life plans from their point of perception and from their point where they are standing, now they will say, I want this, instead of saying, we want this. No, that's how a relationship dies. Can you allow me, please, to continue to number 3? Just a minute, sorry, please. Just a minute, please. If you have not subscribed to Freedom Global TV, just subscribe. It means a lot to us. So I just request you to subscribe as I continue to number 3. The reason why relationships die nowadays. Number 3. Let's say in life you have a speed which you are moving at, and your friend here, he or she has her own speed. Now when one partner is learning and growing at a rapid pace while the other one is stagnating, sometimes stumbling slow, this may divert the main goal you had when you started the relationship. For example, one of you is advancing more quickly in her career. Let's say a woman in this kind of a relationship, she is advancing more rapidly financially, maybe in education, and the other man is here stumbling, staggering, and stagnating at home. The professional and the social circle of the couple begins to diverge as soon as the couple themselves differentiate. They are physically, intellectually, and even socially grown apart. In most cases, this affects male. For instance, if a man advances more rapidly than a lady, it's okay. We understand. It's okay. We can say we understand. But in a scenario whereby a lady is more successful than a man, it's so difficult for a relationship to continue. I'm not talking about in other parts of the world, but in our African community, men, they feel like now they are insecure. Their position as the head of the family, it seems like it's being castrated. You understand what I mean? Okay, number 4, compatibility issues. Relational compatibility is a significant topic worthy of full volumes of its own. We cannot exhaust it as by now, but allow me to say relationships compatibility is explored in detail from several perspectives, including compatibility in intimacy, compatibility in personality types, and even compatibility in attachment styles. This kills a relationship. Number 5, communication. This is a big one. A number of studies has identified communication as one of the top reasons why most couples, thereby as well as one of all the other top reasons for breakup and a divorce. A man called Dr. John Gottman from the University of Washington, a foremost expert on couples studies, concluded after over 20 years of doing research that the the best predictor of divorce or separation, maybe in relationship for in courtship, even those ones who have just started dating, when one or two, or both partners show contempt in a relationship. This is one way of a relationship moving to a predictable, foreseeable death. And according to the research done from many breakups and a divorce, it shows that 40% of breakups happen as a result of communication issues. Even at your local area, your friends, relatives, most of the relationships died because of communication issues, just like that. Number 6, narcissism. Narcissists have an inflated sense of their own importance and they need to be admired. Narcissism is often marked by a lack of true intimacy in a relationship, so whereby people try to fake. They are not giving it from the bottom of their hearts. Signs of narcissism may include superiority complex, entitlement, conceit, boundary violations, sometimes false jam, then the Don Juan syndrome. You know this Don Juan syndrome. Sometimes manipulation, irresponsibility, rule breaking, extreme selfishness, sometimes negative emotions, you know, and sometimes the emotions this person is giving, you can even learn all these things that I've mentioned. It's very easy to observe those things from your counterpart. If you see those things that I've mentioned, just know your destiny in the relationship is predictable and it's gonna be a sorry story if you cannot do anything to save it. Please, for those ones who are watching at the moment, can you subscribe? You know, once you subscribe, you help us a lot. You may not know how much you contribute, but just subscribing, it may be easy to you, but it's very, very important to us. Number 7, relational abuse. Relational abuse is defined sometimes as the repeated mistreatment of an individual. Simple. For example, a relational abuse, it may include verbal, emotional, physical, or sexual abuse. And even sometimes pathological manipulation, pathological narcissism, pathological passive and aggressiveness. This causes maybe pain to one party, maybe it comes from both parties. Now it's time to leave your relationship to die or save it. It's up to you to choose. If you have started seeing these things that I've already mentioned, just know that something wrong it's about to happen without your how can I say it, without your actions or act of, how can we call it, intuition? No, you cannot call it intuition, but the act that can save something instant, the relationship may die. Forgive me, I might not be okay at the moment, you know, I never used to do this at night, so even the mind is tired. But I'm struggling. Number 8, I'm almost finishing. Number 8, life habit and abuse. Life habit and abuse are the traits that, although they may or may not directly involve the partner, such as gambling addiction, they may ultimately affect the relationship in a destructive way. Example of life habits that, for example, including drug addiction, sexual addiction. This is so dangerous. Yeah. Number 9, I just want to be brief and straight to the point. Grown apart, boredom, stillness, and sometimes rut. If any of the 4 terms I've mentioned resonates with your relationship experience, there are couples of elements to consider. If you have been in a relationship for 2 years or less, and you and your partner have grown apart, it could be due to lack of maybe commitment or different expectations or lack of compatibility, and sometimes the natural process of trial and error in mating finding. So you just entered into a relationship whereby you are not sure, you are just trying to test the water if it can work out. You see, let's say in a long-term relationship, it is possible that life obligations such as maybe school or work, especially maybe for mothers who are child rearing, they may get into connectedness and a mutual involvement. Are you getting me? Yeah, in such cases, you find that you are so committed to your profession, to your profession to an extent that you don't feel like there's that closeness to your partner. Maybe as time goes by, this applies to parents who are married and they are rearing children, and now the children are about to maybe disappear from the compound and they start their own life somewhere else. Now it comes to a point whereby the mother and the father are left alone, and for the first time now they have started feeling that they are new to each other. They never used to be like that. In some cases we call it empty nest syndrome. It also affects their relationship. You know, children were there to solidify this relationship. Now that the children are grown, they are grown-ups, and they have left their parents, this also may affect a relationship and it makes it easy for a breakup. The last one, I wish I could have started with this. Money issues in a relationship. The longer couples has been together in a committed relationship, the greater the possibility of financial incompatibility. And sometimes, according to research, having differences over money is one of the top reason why marital dissolution happens. Are you getting me? I don't know if we are together. A couple also does not need to be married to have money challenges. They may be in dating, but these challenges, they must occur. Money issues and sometimes disputes tap into some of our deepest psychological needs and fears, including not limited to trust, safety, security, power, control, and even survival. What can you do to survive the test of time in a relationship or in marriage? How can you sail above the storms of life and the turbulence to ensure that your marriage or relationship is firm? Every night when you go to sleep, every morning when you wake up, maybe next to the person you love, always know that we are human beings and not robots. There must be ups and downs in each individual. Just learn to understand each other, be compassionate, and above all, be keen on the top aspects I've just mentioned. I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best in your marriage, in your relationship, in your courtship, in your friendship. And always remember, I always pray for you. I always pray for a better days ahead of your love life. Thank you very much. My name is Clifson. The streets calls me Freedom. And as always, remember, you are not alone. Till next time, once more again, I love you so much. Bye bye. Good night.